I have a theory. Stick with me on this, okay? Quilting tools are like potato chips. You can't have just one. Okay, but which quilting tools do you actually need? In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the ultimate quilting toolkit, whether you're a total beginner in this industry or you've been quilting for years. So let's talk about the absolute essentials for your sewing room. The nice to have and the wait, why did I buy this type gadgets? Are you ready? Let's go. Hey there, Star Stitcher. Welcome back to my channel. If you love quilting projects, tutorials, and maybe a little bit of creative chaos, you are absolutely in the right place. I'm Kristen with IC Stars Quilting. Before I dive into what my favorite tools are and what I suggest for every single quilter out there, I would love to know, what is your ride or die quilting tool? Is it your favorite pair of scissor snips? Is it your favorite rotary cutter? Is it the seam ripper that we all absolutely love to hate? So drop it down in the comments below because I would love to hear from you. All right, I'm going to start with the absolute essentials. If you're still cutting fabric with your regular scissors, it is time for an upgrade. Okay, a rotary cutter is a game changer for clean, precise cuts, especially for quilting fabric. And let's talk about its unsung hero, the self-healing cutting mat. And FYI, I don't usually go by the lines of measurements on my cutting mats. I always use my rulers when it comes to measuring because the cutting mats can kind of warp and change slightly over time. And the last thing that you want to be doing is trying to get exact perfect measurements and still being off, with it being completely out of your control. So definitely use your rulers for measuring and the mats for protecting your rotary blades and keeping them sharp, as well as protecting the surfaces in your sewing room. This Olfa rotary cutter is one of my favorites. It's the one that I keep in here on my cutting table in here in my sewing room. I have another rotary cutter that I keep with my long arm machine, and I've got a couple that I keep scattered here and there, tucked in weird places. But if you cut a whole lot with your rotary cutter, I would suggest getting a ergonomic rotary cutter like this one right here that I have on screen. It's really handy if you quilt a lot, and it'll be nicer and gentler on your wrist. There are plenty of other ones out there that are helpful for say like arthritis, pain, and all of that, that will make things easier for you. So if you do not have a rotary cutter, do a little bit of research and look into it. I also have a really good coupon that the Fabric Hut has given me to share with my subscribers that will get you 50% off their titanium rotary blades, which are absolutely a game changer in the rotary blade market. Okay, like, these are unmatched by anything else I've ever tried before, and I have that coupon for 50% off that is for my subscribers only. So make sure you check out that link in the description box down below, and you can get a pack of these rotary cutters. Quilting rulers, they come in a million shapes and sizes, but which ones do you really need? This one right here is one of my favorites. This is a 6 by 24 inch ruler, and it is awesome because cutting fabric strips, like long binding and all of that, without this is nightmare fuel, is what that is. Okay, so the 6 by 24 is my absolute favorite. I also love a 6 by 12 ruler, is really good. That makes it just a little bit more manageable, because this is a big boy. Okay, this is a really big boy. And once you've been in the quilting world for a while, you've made a couple patterns, you'll find yourself buying a few extra like specialty rulers and stuff, and pretty soon you're going to be a ruler collector. And there's no shame in that at all. If it makes it easier, then it's absolutely worth it. Thread. Thread is one of those things that you don't really think matters, because we tend to see more color than we do actually quality of the thread. Being artists and being creative brains and all of that, it really does start to matter when your machine starts eating your fabric, and it starts to affect the quality of your machine and the inner workings of your machine. I always suggest to quilters to invest in the best thread that you can afford, because cheap threads that are really old or really cheap in makeup can break, they can tangle, and they can make you question all of your life choices when all you're trying to do is make something pretty. I recommend using 100% quilting cotton thread, okay, when you're doing your quilts and when you're doing your piecing and all of that too. Use something that is really, really good quality, because it's not so much what it's actually going to be doing to your quilt, but as it's running through your machine and all of the little nooks and crannies in your machine, those tiny pieces of like filaments and fibers can start to break off if you're using really old thread, and that wax coating that keeps those little filaments and fibers together on really cheap thread can start to flake off in your machine and like just gum it up. You know, ask me how I know this. Also, when you take in your machine to be serviced next time, ask the technician what type of thread you should be using. Those people are absolute gold mines for how not to mess up your machine, because they have seen it all. Specialty feet for your sewing machine. This is a 1/4 inch presser foot and this is a walking foot. If you want perfectly even seams, your 1/4 inch pressing foot is going to be your best friend. It keeps your seam allowance exactly where it should be. Trust me, getting one of these 1/4 inch pressing feet is going to save you so much frustration, and it's going to make it really, really easy to get that 1/4 inch seam that we all desperately desire in the quilting world. Why struggle if you don't have to, right? And when I talk to people about struggles with actually quilting on their domestic machines, oftentimes people think, well, I don't have a big fancy machine. Truthfully, you don't need a big fancy machine to get really cool quilting designs. Now, free motion quilting is going to take some time to learn. It's going to take some time to master. There's a lot of different ins and outs and nuances that you are not used to when you get really good at piecing. Like, free motion quilting is like a whole nother animal. But if you are just looking at doing like straight line quilting and you want to do the quilting yourself, a walking foot is going to be the most life-changing thing that you have ever experienced before. Okay, it is amazing, and they come in lots of different price ranges. Okay, so if you have like a just regular simple domestic starter machine, you can get a universal walking foot that will attach to your machine, or the bigger like name brand sewing machines also have walking feet that are made specifically designed for their machines. Okay, so there's a couple different price ranges that you can go in there for. With my first machine that I had, I went with a generic walking foot and it worked amazing. With my current machine that I have, which is a Janome Horizon Memory Craft 15,000, amazing machine, by the way, it came with a walking foot attachment, and I love it. I love it. The walking foot is just a game changer. It just makes things easier, and you're not trying to walk uphill with rollerblades on. Yeah. Actually, I just made that up right now as I was filming this. I like that. I'm going to have to use that on something else. So there you have it right there. If I were to recommend the absolute basic tools that you need for the ultimate quilting toolkit, whether you're just starting out or you're looking to upgrade some of the tools that you have, these tools are going to make your life so much easier and so much more enjoyable as you progress on your quilting journey. So tell me what your favorite quilting tool is in the comments down below, and tell me one thing that you could not live without. If you found this video helpful today, hit the like button. It helps more quilters to be able to find this video. I have so much enjoyed this conversation with you today. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy quilting, my friends. I will see you next time. I am Kristen with ICStarsQuilting.com. Have a great week. Bye. How many clips did I put in my hair? I should have counted.